Time. When we set up, we're ready to go.
I'm Stage Director James Alexander. Welcome to another of our blogs, which I hope are offering you, our audience, some insight into some of my creative processes involved in staging these Stokowski celebration concerts at the Academy of Music this June. The music you just heard is known as the Ride of the Valkyrie. This recording of Stokowski's arrangement of Wagner's famous score was made in 1934 by the Philadelphia Orchestra with Stokowski himself conducting. In this blog, I'd like to look at how an idea I had when thinking about this score took shape. I'd like to share with you how that small idea got bigger and how it moved from being just that, an idea, to a collaborative search for imagery which represented something I saw when hearing the music. If I were staging Wagner's Ring Cycle, I would be looking at creating an artistic context for this scene. A wild scene where 9 daughters of the god Wotan gather to bring dead heroes to their father's fortress in Valhalla. By stripping the score of the 9 female voices, Stokowski leaves us with a menacing yet somewhat thrilling journey. For our concerts in June, I felt it important to hint at the source of this music without striving to tell a story. Again, I went back to Stokowski's arrangement, listened and imagined how Yannick would look inside the Academy of Music when conducting the score, and how the Philadelphia Orchestra would sound in the acoustic. My initial ideas involved a series of images of the fierce sisters coming out of the back of Maestro's very own jacket while he was conducting and flying around the hall. Needless to say, although that technically is possible to pull off, the idea got ditched for an even better one. Instead of using the back of Maestro's jacket as the screen, how about using the pillars of the Academy of Music and the back of the orchestra shell to project our images onto? From there, the idea gathered momentum and identity. A tough search began for the right look for our sisters. I didn't want caricature, I didn't want space age, I didn't want, well, hang on, what did I want? It wasn't what I wanted, I needed context. I looked again and again at the design of the interior of this magnificent gilded auditorium built in 1857. With context in mind, I began to look at some of the frescoes on the ceiling of the auditorium itself, and they in turn inspired me to revisit the stunning drawings of the English book illustrator Arthur Rackham. The next stage was to get my graphics team involved and discuss how we introduce our lead sister Brünnhilde, followed by her 8 siblings. Where would she appear? Where would the sisters be seen? How would they arrive? What would they do when they arrived? How, within the context of the stunning and powerful score, would they actually leave us at the thrilling conclusion, which I know the Philadelphia Orchestra will pull off magnificently? As you will know by now, I'm aiming to create a fully immersive visual experience for you, our audience. And with our technological wizardry, I believe that it's possible to let you experience this score like you have never experienced it before. So if you want to meet Brünnhilde and her sisters and see exactly what they get up to inside the Academy of Music this June, I invite you to come along for the Ride of the Valkyrie.
Time. When we set up, we're ready to go.